and just kind of wiggle this free. These are the this is the caliper stuck to the rotor. And you want to make sure that brake line is not going to be dangling, because that thing is not meant to support the weight of this caliper by itself. We're just about through getting this off. I'm going to give it a little magic smack, gentle, not warp any of the caliper here, but just to give you a little extra push. There you go. It's off. So this is off, and we'll come over here and we'll take a look. Here we go. This is the inside. These are the brake pads right here. They are pretty worn down, and you know what? I should have gotten to this a lot sooner. Look how thin those are, especially on this side over here. So we have a few things right here. This little thing with it looks like a little dip, it kind of bottom of a circle cut out right there. This has your clip right here. This right here is a clip, and that's a clip. They pop right out with a screwdriver. Super easy. Get your screwdriver in there, wiggle around, and that brake pad is going to come out loose. Same thing with this one. You take a screwdriver into this little hole right here. On this side here, it's steady. You got to make sure it's balanced. It's not going to fall anywhere, because you're going to be doing a little bit of jiggling right here. And then for safety, I recommend this, having the tire underneath the frame so that if it drops right here on your jack, this isn't going to come down and slam you in the leg and chop your leg off. Or worse, I had someone I know who had their finger chopped halfway off, and ever since then I took that tip from him, put the tire underneath there, and try to avoid the injury. So anyway, we're going to come in here. I'm going to try to pop this little guy off right here. So you see, I'm going to go and just pop it. See, it just pops open like that. Lighting's not too good on this shot right here. Let's see if I can kind of adjust my lighting. There we go. See? This will pop in. So I recommend just kind of wiggling it through right there. You're going to pop it over here. See? Pops right there. And this will come out. I'm going to do that and come right back. So loosen that up. Here it comes. This pops right out like this. And there is a worn out pad, and did its work. Now we're going to come over here to this section in just a second. As I stated before, this one's pretty easy. You just take your finger in here, or your screwdriver, not your finger. You'll get your finger in there later. This just pries out like this. And if you're ever concerned what it's going to look like before you get in there, just grab the actual part it's replacing. You're dealing with clips like this. You know those clips are just in there, and it's nothing really too difficult. It just snaps in place, and it's going to snap out of place here. Got it. There's the other one. And this one kind of goes in like this into the actual caliper. So this is the inside. Now, directions call for a good cleaning, so I recommend a nice brake cleaner that you can pick up and just spray it clean and have some shop dregs ready to go. A brake cleaner here from AutoZone. Plus I got this drip pan right here, so that we don't make a mess on the floor. I'm going to take this pan and I'm going to come up here and I'm going to position the caliper into the pan like this, without applying any pressure to that brake line, because we don't want that brake line to take on any of that weight. I'm going to come up here and make sure it's balanced. I have one hand balancing it, and I got one other hand I'm going to use to spray out the inside of this. So you can spray it good and clean. Try to wear gloves. I recommend avoiding any skin contact with this stuff. It's pretty hard. So I got mine positioned in here. I got this positioned in a way where I can go ahead and just kind of spray, give you a visual, and not applying too much pressure to that brake line. Here we go. That is disgusting crap in there. Anyway, you don't want this on your body. It's not good for you to have brake cleaner on your body. Get some shop rigs like this. These are just some basic shirts cut up. And we're going to go in there and we're going to kind of wipe away some of this nastiness. And don't need that on video. I'm pretty sure you know how to wipe it. This job is just about halfway to the half end mark here. Anyway, looking in here, it's cleaner. I'm not replacing the caliper today. That's not part of this video. This is just doing the actual rotor and replacing the pads. Now that we got it semi-clean, we can go on to step after this, and that's going to be taking this piston head right here and using a C-clamp to get some space back here so you can apply in the new pads. Before we put the C-clamp in on the caliper, we're going to go ahead and take off this old rotor. And as you can see, it's going to be kind of loose to touch right there. You're going to want to go ahead and make sure you go 2 hands. Just pull it off gently. No reason to yank it or anything. Just be gentle. And there it is. Here's our new one. Pretty easy to apply. Just kind of make sure you put it on just about the same way. Like this. Just kind of put it into the bolt pattern. It's going to sit there for a while. It's going to be a little loose. It's okay. We'll come back to that and we'll tighten it later with the wheels on. Clamps can be a pain in the ass. Not the clamp, but just kind of step itself. This is probably the most difficult part of the entire job, just because it's going to require you to push the piston back, which in itself is not that bad. Earlier I was trying with an inferior clamp and definitely realized that the C-clamp was the way to go, based upon all the manuals and instructions I've read. Trying to get by without it because I didn't have one here at my parents' house or my garage. So anyway, C-clamp, all taking time. Here we go. We're going to go ahead and install this guy right onto the caliper and the piston. What's nice is you can go ahead and lay the caliper upside down right on this wheel rotor and the top right here. And I'm going to come in here with my clamp and get it like right in here, and we're going to go ahead and tighten this, and I'm going to show you just what happens here. So you see that right now this piece right here is sticking out. That's going to prevent you from putting the pad on unless you push that back in. So you're going to want to push it back in, so at least you have an 1.25 inches to go to fit around this new rotor here. It takes an 1.25 inches to get by that space. See, it's on there right now, and you have the clamp in the back, just the right amount of pressure. I'm gonna let that sit for a little bit while some of that pressure out of the brake line releases into the reservoir. And at this point right now, we'll come back to it. We're gonna tighten it a little bit more on this side, and then we'll try to put our directions. May call for you to pop the hood, come on over here to the brake cylinder, and just pop this cap off, which I don't mind doing. I'm going to show you just for the video here, but I've popped this cap off. It goes off right here, pretty easy. I'm going to leave this open at this time, and I'm going to leave this cap right here so I don't lose it and forget about it, and then we'll come back to that later and put it back on. This thing is it's as far back as it can go right now. It's not letting me move it anymore. At this point right now, you got a lot less distance here than you did before. And now it's a good time to go ahead and take off the C-clamp and then go ahead and install the new brake pads. Alright, this is the part where we're going to put the grease on the back of the pads, not the actual pad itself, because that would be bad news right there. Okay, just on the back, a little grease right there, a little grease right there. Nothing too crazy. We're just going to come in here and make sure that we supply very conservatively here. Take your finger, just glove on if you can. Just gonna work it in. Try to get around this piece without making a mess. Okay, that one's done.